Good evening, everybody. This is Pamela coming at you from her video vlog while watching the weather. May get some severe weather on Saturday, but we don't know. But that's not why I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk about the COVID-19 situation. I feel it needs to be discussed. I am following my local governor and medical professionals here at home. And I highly urge you guys to do the same in your home states. It's just pure common sense. Earlier today, my brother showed up, brought me in my mail from yesterday, and it was some books that I had ordered. And he said, "You might want to stop taking your ibuprofen." And I'm like, "What? Why?" And he says, "Well, they're putting new restrictions on this COVID-19 stuff. Apparently, something in your ibuprofen and some other medications that may have been floating around on the internet that may speed up the process of having pneumonia and could possibly harm you or put you on a ventilator." And I'm thinking, oh, great. I need some of that medication to help me with my sore elbow, aching ankles, and aching knee. And I absolutely hate this. And I said, "Well, John, if anything, I'll go without my medications." And he says, "But what about your pain?" And I'm like, "Fuck the pain." I said, "I'm not willing to do anything that could put me in the hospital. You want to pay my bills?" And he's like, "No." And then I think he finally gave up the ghost, and he says, "When this is over, we are going into a deep depression, something that we will never recover from." And that's the first time ever since Trump took office that he has said something like that. And I am not surprised, because over the last month or so, I have been in my house, not going anywhere, haven't gone out to take out the trash. My brother has handled that. He has come in to help me with the laundry, help me make a few little meager meals here. And he says, "You don't sound like you're very hungry." And I said, "Well, John, I'm stuffing myself full of greasy chips and Pop-Tarts if I get hungry enough, but I haven't been hungry because I haven't exercised enough to try and warrant some of the body fat to get out of my body." So, yeah. But you know what? There's one good thing about this coronavirus, is that it's keeping everybody inside, and they're saying fewer fossil fuels are being burned. And you could see it on the radar screens that they had popped up on screen. So we're helping our environment at the same time. We are practicing our social distancing. We are trying to take care of our neighbors. And we are doing our level best to get through this disaster that we are in. And I finally let some people have it about this COVID-19. And somebody had shared something on my messenger. Let me see if I can pull up my messenger here. That, let me play the audio so you guys can hear it. Give me a minute and I will play it for you. Shit. Hang on. I gotta turn the sound on this shit.
Second bit of news, I got this from a very trusted friend of mine who's a doctor, and it's been copied to literally dozens and dozens of doctors, and it reads as follows. I confirm the info below with my cousin Arash, who is the director of pulmonary department at the Harvard Medical School and Hospital. He has been treating COVID-19 patients in ICU for the past 2 weeks and validated the accuracy of this information. Please send this to as many people as you can. This information might save lives. Stay home, well, and safe. And this is from a friend of mine who I've known for years, so I have absolutely no doubt that but this is the straight deal. Information from Vienna's laboratory studying COVID-19 say vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen, Advil in their system. Do not take it. Those who recovered did not take ibuprofen. So if you have symptoms, take paracetamol, acetaminophen, Tylenol only. It looks like this virus thrives on ibuprofen, so don't do it and tell everyone you can. Please pass this information on to everyone in your family, each family. I don't want to miss anyone, so share as much as you can or copy and paste. I just spoke with my friend who was a nurse in Vancouver, and they just learned that Advil makes the virus 10 times worse.
Oh, wow.
Tylenol only for the time being. She said Advil kickstarts the virus into pneumonia. She also said they are not releasing the correct number of cases on the news, and they have patients coming in every day, some currently on ventilators. Soon they won't have enough room in the hospitals to treat patients, and they will have to turn people away. They've canceled all surgeries to use the ORs for available ventilators, but it still won't be enough. She also said she found people in their 40s and 50s who were previously healthy to be on ventilators and having major difficulty breathing because they took Advil. Also, 4 doctors have had.
Well, that's it. That's all I got out of that. So that was sent to me by a relative. Just follow what that thing says. Keep as healthy as possible. Push your vegetables. Don't take whatever they tell you in this little PSA that I had shared with you. But yeah, I had to drop an idiot from my friends list who chastised me about sharing that audio. Apparently, um, apparently the person that I sent it to, one of the people that I sent it to, got mouthy with me and said, "Oh no, not this fucking video again." And I said, "Well, excuse me for giving a damn. You know, and all I'm trying to do is try to help my fellow person, even from a small bedroom in Columbus, Ohio, trying to get out the best possible information that I can to help our fellow neighbor, because God forbid we could all die from this." So I said, I dropped someone from my friends list who yelled at me about not to take what not to take during this outbreak. God forbid that we all die from this. Those who yell at me for trying to help others can get off my list right fucking now. Poor or not, this is hitting all of us. And I followed my governor for the last couple of days, and I watch him more than I do a national clown. Because by staying home, if you're not to the point where you need to go to the hospital, you need to just shelter at home and leave the hospitals open for those that do need it. But even those that aren't showing symptoms can still die from it. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You know, and it's sad. It's sad that when so-called friends yell at you for trying to help, you know, and I'm just trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm tired of sitting here doing nothing. So, as I tried to do this video a few minutes ago, my sister called. I called her back. She asked me how I was doing. I said, "Oh, I'm doing, but you're not going to like what I have to tell you." And she's like, "Well, what?" And I said, "The president wants to try and have this country back open by Easter." And she's like, "You're kidding." And I said, No, I am not kidding. Because we are heading into a terrible precipice, people. We have people that are sick. We have people that are on ventilators. And I told my sister about a person that I follow on Twitter who said, "This COVID-19 has really hit home for me now because I have a niece that is laying in the hospital on a ventilator and her name is Sarah." And I thought, oh my God. And I told my sister about that, and she says, "That's kind of a coincidence, isn't it?" This person's niece's name is Sarah. And I said, yeah, that's the cold, hard reality. I said, that could be you having to watch your little girl in the hospital. I don't want that to happen. And I asked her if she's been staying home, but my sister says, no, I'm the only one that goes into the office every day. So my sister's doing what she can to keep her life going in spite of so many bad things. And our news conferences are talking about it. There's a possible surge coming of this COVID-19. If you think we're past the peak, no. I intend to stay here and ride this out as long as possible. And I'll do what I have to. Even if it means staying off my pain meds. Maybe being in pain will help me fight through whatever it is that I need. But I'm not willing to take ibuprofen in the prospect of dying. Because I do have a lower immune system, but I'd rather live with physical pain than get pneumonia and die. And I want to ask you, Trump supporters, how's your Make America Great Again, huh? I don't think so. I don't think America is so great right now, and I don't know when it will be great again or if it will be great again in my lifetime. My brother said, in no uncertain terms, that even when this is over, we will be in such a deep depression that we will never come out of it. And my brother was an avid Trump supporter. And that's the first time I heard him talk like that. And that ad I posted on my YouTube speaks the truth about how dangerous he is. He is just very dangerous. He doesn't care about us. He only cares about keeping his businesses afloat. He doesn't want to help the American people. He'd rather kiss up to his rich friends and play with Vladimir Putin's dick. How is your America great again? And it's just fucking sad. I'm kind of watching my news here. Franklin County is putting a hold on eviction hearings, which means during this epidemic, people shouldn't have to worry about being thrown out of their homes. It just depends on how this stimulus package is going to help us. But yeah, let's see. It's just sad. It really is. Then on the other side of things, I heard about a white nationalist had planned on bombing. Let me see here about the white nationalist. White nationalist COVID-19. Oh yeah. They're talking about it. They talked about one guy that was threatening to bomb a hospital that had people that were suffering from COVID-19. Let's see. Here we go. What I found about that is off of a website called Color Lines. Let's see. White supremacists plot to use COVID-19 as an agent of bioterror. Let me try that again. White supremacists plot to use COVID-19 as agent of bioterrorism. And it says, white supremacists and neo-Nazis are plotting to use COVID-19 to start biological war with saliva, a spray bottle, or other laced items with police, which includes the Jewish and non-white people, according to intelligence that was distributed to the federal law enforcement, according to Yahoo News, reported on the 21st of March. ABC News reports that the FBI in New York office alerted law enforcement to members of extremist groups are encouraging one another to spread this virus if contracted through bodily fluids and personal interactions. Titled, quote, "White, racially motivated violent extremists suggest spreading the coronavirus," and released on February 17th. Federal investigators note in the two-page brief that they came across such plans by monitoring the communications on the social working app Telegram. Violent extremists continue to make bioterrorism a popular topic amongst themselves. White, racially motivated violent extremists have recently commented on the coronavirus, stating that it's an oblivion or obligation to spread it should any of them contract the virus. So, in other words, these people are using bioterrorism to spread the coronavirus, and those that have it in their circles are obligated to spread this virus. And those are the kind of people that need to be in jail. But they say it was from an intelligence report written by the Federal Protective Services, the FPS. Some of the suggested offenses include spitting on elevator buttons and door handles, committing crimes and leaving behind COVID-19 infected items, and spending as much time in public with the enemy as possible, among other things. The FBI issued the below statement as published by ABC News. FBI field offices continually share info with their local law enforcement partners to assist in protecting the communities they serve. These products are intended to be informative in nature, and as such, they contain appropriate caveats, describe the confidence in which the sourcing of information is, and the likelihood of the assessment. Additionally, when written at a local level, these products will note that the perspective offered may be limited to the field office's area of responsibility. And you could look at the briefing below, and it's scary. I know they already caught one guy licking toilet paper, and they fingered that as bioterrorism. And people should go to jail for that. But then again, they've let a bunch of people out of jail since this outbreak began. And a news brief just come through, and they're saying that the Disney theme park resorts are closed indefinitely. The Disney company has said its indefinite closure of its theme park resorts in Florida and California because of this pandemic. The company has closed Disneyland in Southern California and Disney World outside of Orlando in mid-March, with plans to reopen at the start of April, but Disney said resorts will remain closed until further notice. It cited directions given by health and government officials. The company was paying its employees during the closure, and Disney said it would continue to pay its tens of thousands of hourly workers through April 18th. But yep, all Disney parks are closed for the time being, so who knows when they'll be able to reopen. It is getting 100% real, and I'm willing to bet that places like Cedar Point and Six Flags, hopefully they'll follow suit. But then we don't know. So as I said, how is your MAGA now? Huh? How is your Make America Great Again anyway? Not so great to me. And I think my oldest brother, who is an avid Trump supporter, got his real dose of reality. And he says, even when this crisis is over, we are going to be heading into a deep depression. And I hate to say this, but Even after this crisis is over, will we ever really be normal? Answer me that. When this crisis is over, and those slime balls that make a joy of spreading this virus are arrested and charged, do you think it was worth it? And if Trump has any good sense, which I don't think he does, he'll keep the damn country closed as long as it's necessary. Better yet, why don't he and his rich friends pony up the dough to help cover these expensive packages? And it really pisses me off. I'm going to open up this country by Easter. No, you're not. If anybody who is smart, listen to your local officials. I think they have a firmer grasp on this than most big adults in the White House. So, how is your Make America Great Again? I dare you to answer that. I don't think it's so great, but I intend to ride this out. And those that don't like me sending messages out to friends and asking if they're okay and what needs to be done in this time, you can get off my friends list right now. You can leave my subscribership. I don't care. I care about my fellow man. Not like people like Trump or David Duke. Or even what's that guy's name? Ted something? Ted Nugent? The big country boy who thinks he's hotter than anything? But he's a piece of shit. Just like Trump. But like I said, if Trump had any sense at all, he would keep things closed until things started getting back to normal. But then again, I don't think we'll ever be normal after this. Even my brother has given up the ghost and said we are going into a deep depression after this. And and let's remember, my brother will have no job after April. He is a 50-something-year-old guy hoping to be picked up by another branch of the company so he could still have a possible job. But right now it doesn't look so good. And I've shared that commercial that was posted on Facebook yesterday to prove a point that Trump is not fit to run this office of the United States. People are dying all over this country. There is no magical cure. There's no magical cure for coronavirus. There's no magical cure for certain types of cancer. There's no magical cure for ALS. And thank God for my governor and my mayor. It has really helped with my blood pressure. Anytime Donald Trump comes on, the TV goes off. And when he came in this morning, my brother, and told me about the latest restrictions on what I could take for my pain, and I finally said, "Seriously?" And he says, "Yeah, I know you don't like that." And I said, "No, I don't like it, because what if I get into worse pain? What am I supposed to do? I'm running low on oils there in the bathroom." He says, "Well, we'll figure something out." And he says, Mei Ling, his wife said, "I'll try and bake some snickerdoodles. It'll do us both some good." So it was good that my sister called, so that kind of helped. But I still want to be the social animal, but I'm not leaving the house until I know that I could be perfectly okay with doing so. Even if it means moving up appointments to next year or beyond that. I don't want to miss my breast exam. I'm scared enough. I'm saving up what I can in money, so maybe I can get me a new wheelchair in the meantime. So, I'm only doing these PSAs for your health and mine. And for God's sakes, don't listen to the orange buffoon who says you're a terrible reporter. For somebody that is supposed to calm the nerves of this country. Trump is a worthless jerkface, and you know it. So where is your Make America Great Again, huh? I don't see it. I do see it in our governor. What about in yours? What are they saying? Post below when you get the time. I'm going to get off and get me something to drink. I need some water. But I want to let my friends and neighbors know. Do what they tell you to do. Stay in your homes. Wash your hands. And if you have to go to the hospital, call ahead so they know you're coming. And hospitals are being stretched to the limit. I know my nerves are getting stretched to the limit. But I intend to ride this out by any means necessary, even if it means watching shit on TV or playing music on my computer. So that's all I got to say for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get back on in about another 2 or 3 days. But when the bodies start piling up, what is Trump going to do? I can tell you what he's going to do. He has done nothing. He's offered no condolences or anything to the families of those who have died. And I think some famous people have gotten coronavirus. Some rock stars have gotten coronavirus. And even Rick Springfield auctioned off one of his guitars to help his fellow musicians and stuff that have been impacted by this crisis. And right now is not the time to want to go outside and contaminate people. Now is the time to hunker down and take care of yourself. And besides, if you're stuck at if you're stuck inside with your children, this would be a perfect bonding time. Because remember, before all this happened, parents went to work, kids went to school, or kids went to daycare in summer, and parents still worked. So now you've got plenty of time to bond. That's what will make America great again. Maybe with parents bonding with their kids, maybe the younger generation will have a new sense of a moral compass. But until then, I suggest you all to hunker down and hang on, because I think we're going to be in for the long haul. And it could be as late as May by the time all that could be said and done. But like I said, it is a changing puzzle all the time. There is no definitive answer on how we can combat this. But staying in is helping every chance it can. So, to my fellow neighbors, I'm looking out for you. To my friends, I'm looking out for you. Take care of each other. Enjoy your children while you can, because right now it doesn't look very good in terms of the White House handling of this shit.